which is part 2. We're going to handle the video file upload. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. The reason is it's getting cold here and the beetles want to get in, so I had to deal with some beetles. They were all over the place. When I thought they were done, when I go to sit down, there would be another one. So I took care of them. So before we begin, quick reminder, I do a live stream every day at 2 p.m. Eastern. You're free to join the live chat, post anything about programming or lifestyle topics, and as you can see, for each of the articles there will be a live stream link, so you can simply join that and watch the video. If you don't want to do that, don't worry about it. You can simply watch the video. The video is also embedded in the article. Scroll down, you will see it. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments. That helps the channel grow. For example, just this month I've had the most amount of subscribers ever for this channel, and I'd like to thank everybody. It's not just it's on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, what's the other one? Spotify, all of them. It's been going pretty great. And okay, so let's continue. So as you remember in part 1, what we did was, in part 1, it's similar to this screenshot up here, is we did the front end. So today we're going to work on the back end. So basically the API endpoint. This was requested by a subscriber. So I separated out because I thought it would be too much. There will be too overwhelming, because that viewer was a beginner learning PHP. So that's why I did the front end there and then the back end. So that also allows you to use any back end you want. You don't have to use PHP. You can use Python, Java, Node.js, anything you want. So I'm also going to use the database as well, because last week when we did anything with the PHP, I saved everything inside the right inside the database. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you that you do not need to save the stuff into the database. The best way is to actually, you can save the metadata in the database, but for the files itself, you should store them in a folder, and the folder should be outside the web root. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to leave it in the web root, but it's very simple to put it outside the web root, and I'll show you how you can do that as well in the code. Okay, so focus today is on the backend structure. So you're going to need a database. You can use like a flat database, including something like SQLite, but I'm going to use MariaDB, which is a drop-in replacement so far still for MySQL. So if you want to follow along with MySQL, go ahead. The commands will be exactly the same. If you want to use another database, you can, because I'm using the PHP data object. So everything should be the same, because I'm going to be using very simple queries. Those are pretty standard all over, so those should easily work anywhere you are. I'm not going to use any fancy like MySQL only things, all in quirks. So all the code I'm doing today should work. Like for example, I said before, if you use SQLite, you can use it in Postgres, was it Microsoft Server, I forget whatever the name, I think it's called SQL Server. Yeah, so you can use any of Oracle, any of them. They will all work. Yes, they will all work. I said I have actually tested all those databases. I mean, not for this project, but I've tested them during my my life whatever experience or work. So yeah, it should be work. Okay, so obviously I have the SQL code here. I'll show you how to run that in a second, and then you need obviously the PHP. The PHP will basically because it's a little bit overwhelming. So what I'm going to do just for this afternoon tutorial, I'm just going to do the insert, and similar to last week, the other stuff like the updating, the deleting, that will be done. I'll probably do a night stream and we'll take care of that. The reason is because I said I don't want to overwhelm you, and as you can see, it's a little bit bright outside right now, so it's not windy, so I like to go outside and get some look out for the chickens and finish up the shed as well. So then I'll give me time for tonight. Okay, now let's get started. So as you can see, there's some screenshots here. Basically, yeah, and then yeah, the screenshots as you can see. And then to prove this is a live stream, I'm gonna play this video. So then it'll give me time for tonight. There we go. So you can tell this is a true live stream. By the way, I do have what do you call it? Super chat that was requested by a subscriber. So there you go, just for you. All right. Okay, so I thought I had a terminal here. Yes, I do. I do have a terminal here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start up. I'm going to use PHP MariaDB, just as I said, because this is more beginner friendly. Normally I'll just do it on the command line, but I think visually it'll go a little bit faster and you guys will understand what I'm doing. So this what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up systemctl start MariaDB, and I'm also going to MariaDB, I spelled that wrong, and I'm going to start up the Apache server as well. Or we're not going to use Apache, but I'm going to start up because I need it for PHP MariaDB. What is it? I forgot my password. I can't believe it. That was embarrassing. Oh, that's the. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. So it started. Let me clear this. All right. So I'm gonna grab a. I'm gonna use Chromium browser. So I'd fixed that local host thing. That was because of Fork's law. It was redirecting to the secure version, and man, that was a pain to to get that resolved. Yeah, clearing cache didn't help. I can't remember what. Oh no, I remember. I had to clear like the history. Then it resolved itself. So as usual, we use the guy generative AI database credentials. So here we go. As you can see, we have this one. Is it uploaded files? Oh, I think I deleted it. So it doesn't exist here. So what you need to create the table. You could also create it using PHP code, but I said this is a beginner level course, so I want to make it as simple and quickly as fast as possible. So what you do is, I'm going to scroll up here just to show you. So you see this SQL code here. I can just copy this. I copy the code, pick the database here, and then I need to, you can create a table, but the SQL code will create everything for you. So what you do is you pick SQL and you just paste it in there, and you just click go. And you see it's going to create everything for you, and you can see here to just create a new table called video uploads. If we go to the structure for video uploads, so it's structure here, you can see video underscore ID is an integer. It's also a primary key. Can I scroll on here? Oh, let me get rid of this so you can see better. There we go. So you can see it's a primary key. This is here primary key, and auto increments. And then there's a user ID. That will be the person who inserted it. And the file name, the file path, those are all varchars. Poster, that's the thumbnail image. And the width and height, those are both integers. The rest are all varchars. And then we have the update upload underscore date. That's a timestamp, and it's going to use the current timestamp. So we don't need to fill in the video ID, and we don't need to fill the upload underscore date. Those are going to be automatically filled for us. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. So we'll come back here then. I'm going to minimize this for now. So I'm going to, since I'm on the command line here, and I'll just start up the PHP server. So I'll just PHP space hyphen capital S space 0.0.0.0. The reason I use 0.0.0, that means that there'll be multiple ways where you can open this up in your web browser. For example, you can type localhost, you can type 127, you can use .0.0.1. You can also use the IP address of your machine, And the IP address is very important because that allowed me to connect to this using other devices on the network, for example, my phone or laptop, or tablet, anything else. So I'll pick, what do you usually go to? I can't remember, is it 8080 or 80? I think it's 8000. I'll use 8000 today, right now. So you see the development server has started, and this is the version of PHP I'm using, 8.4.13. Okay, so we don't need that anymore. I'm going to minimize it because I'm now here. I'm going to show you, let's go through the video upload HTML. I'm going to go really quickly here. So some of you, this might be your first, you probably didn't see part 1. So again, what I have here is some styling. Oh, I thought this doesn't have oh, that's weird. I thought it had, I can't expand or collapse it. Okay, that's fine. So here's some styling. I went through this last time, so I'm going to ignore the styling because that doesn't affect the functionality of anything here. And then here we have some divs, the drop zone. We have the input, and you see the type is file. And when you accept videos, so that's why you see the accept here and slash asterisk, mean any type of video will be accepted. It's hidden by default because what we're going to do is we're going to control it by JavaScript. I'll show you that later. We have the upload button here, and we have the status message. So this status message, this one will be updated when something is uploaded, whether it fails or it's successful. Then here we have the video preview. So some of the tricks you can do, and some of the tricks you can do is you can maybe hide it, and then when a video is ready to be uploaded, you can then put the preview there. So that again, that'll be up to you. And then we have the resize options here. So this ones, they're just buttons, and each of them has a set hard-coded, if you will, the width and height. So we use the data width from this one, and then this is just another button to reset to the default one, which is the first one at 640 by 360. And then what we have here, we have the poster selection. We're using an input type range, and I called it scrubber. So we have the minimum starts at 0 and the max is 100. So it's going to be the based on the length of the video. And then the value, so they're obviously at 0 because we start at 0, and then the step, it's going to step 0.1 in increments. And then after that, we have this button to capture the frame. So we capture one frame, and the way it captures the frame is it will take the video where whatever is being shown, the preview, and put it in the canvas. Then it will be able to capture. So it's like a screenshot of the video. Whatever timeline, whatever point on the timeline you are. So here we go. As you can see, we have when the page is loaded, that's the DOM content loaded. In the drop area, what we do is, you see, we put variables for all those IDs, and then what we do is, so all the IDs you guys saw, yeah, you see it's document.getElementsBy, and then what we do, we set the default width and height to 640 by 360, and then what we do is we disable if there's nothing in the drop area, nothing in the file, we just say missing critical IDs. So the workflow will be disabled. We don't continue. We disable the default drag enter, drag over, drag leave, and drop. And then the drag enter and drag over, when you basically mouse over the drop zone, we're going to add this highlight class, and the CSS will handle it. You guys will see that in a second. I mean, when I load up the web browser. And from the drag, leave, and drop, then we remove that highlight class. And then after that, we handle the drop. So when you drop, then we call this method called handle files. And then if you do the click, it will do the same thing. It will basically just pretend like a human has clicked that input type, which is this one, file click. And then that one itself, it has its own event listener, which is change. And then that one, we go to handle files. And this is the handle files function. You can see we check to make sure there's at least one file, because people can drop multiple files, so we need to handle them one by one. But we're looking for one file really, so that's all we care about. So this shows that, okay, there's at least one file. We're only going to handle one file each time. So that's why you see here we hard coded it to say file 0, meaning the first one. If you don't understand why it does say 0 instead of 1, is because in computer language or programming, the counting starts at 0, it doesn't count at 1. So when I was learning program, that used to confuse me as well, because as from when you're a baby, they tell you, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they tell you 0 means nothing. Now they're telling you that no, 0 means 1. And you're like, whoa, okay. So just remember that. It will catch you out a few times until you get comfortable with it. And then what we do is, for the video URL, what we do is we take the file, the uploaded file, we just convert it to URL, and we put it there. Because you need the source. So you see here it says video element.source. See, that's the video URL. And then after that we display that video element. As I said, by default, CSS should actually hide it. That's one of the tweaks you can do. And then for our scrubber, we load the metadata. So so what this means is that, so we use this function called setup scrubber. So what that means is that when that video element, remember it's blank, it's black. So if there's something added to it, then we add an event listener, and that's for the scrubber here. So we'll show you that later. Here's the default resize state. Just said we use the default width and default height, and then we check through all the buttons and remove the active class. Only put it on the ones that have been the active states. And then you see here the apply default resize state, and then resize buttons, we just if any of them are clicked, we basically check that and reset, unless it's the reset size one, then that's different. We set it back to the default. And then for all those resize buttons, if it's reset size, I said before, we remove the active. And then which button was clicked, we set it to active. Okay, and then we grab the attributes. I said data-width, or data-width and data-height. Okay, now here's the scrubber. All we do for the scrubber is obviously the duration will be how long the duration is for the video, and then basically just a simple math. What we set 0, we see the max will be the duration. That's it. So if the duration is say 10 minutes, 0 to 100 will go 0 to 10 minutes, or 0 to 100. So that's literally it. Nice and simple. There's actually no math involved at all. And then the poster selection, you set it to display block, and then the scrubber will remove the input listener because it's tied to the video itself. And then we capture the frame. As you can see, we remove that listener, and then we add our own listener. That will be an input. You update the video time. So because when you scrub, you're mimicking the timeline, I guess movement as well. So that's why we need to add an event listener for it, and then remove it when we're done. Okay, so update video time. So because the video time is going to be like, it will be 10 minutes and 1 second, or 10 minutes and 1 millisecond. So what we're doing is we're just, you see, we pass the float, make it a float, because it's going to have at least 1 decimal. And then we set the current time for the video to true. And then after that, what is it here? Oh yeah, so the canvas, when we say we're going to use the canvas, is we set it to the video width and video height. And then what we do is we use the get context. It's going to be 2D because videos are obviously 2D, so our images. And then we draw it. So basically it just makes a clone, if you will, and then we save or get it as a true data URL. It's image/JPEG. Now, in the past, as I said before, there was a time when Chromium or Chrome was only using PNGs. I don't know if they have fixed that. Hopefully they have, because that was really annoying. even though their own documentation said, oh yeah, we support GIFs, we support JPEGs, we support other stuff, there's always PNG. And then we create an image here, create image tag. You see here, the source will be selected image data URL. And the image style, the max width is 200 pixels, the style border 3 pixels solid green. And then for the preview, I will say block because it's hidden by default. And then the inner HTML, we just say selected poster. And then we preview that, append it as a child of the placeholder area. And then that's it. And then the reset button, you guys know how to do that. I've explained that. Now the upload button. This is where today's tutorial really begins. You see, when somebody clicks on the upload button, you see we add an event listener. It's click, and what we do is we have our endpoint here. So the endpoint is going to go to upload-video-endpoint.php or whatever your endpoint is. And then what we do is, you see, we get this element by IDs again, get the video file, poster, canvas, and status image. So what we do is and the video preview as well. So from the poster, we create a blob. A blob just means it's going to be binary instead of text. And then after that, we create a form data, and then we append. Basically, it's a key pair. So this is the think of it like post. You know, when you do post variables, it's a key pair. You have a name and then the value. So in this case, video will be the video, poster will be the poster blob, and the name for that is poster.jpg, and then the width, video width, height, video height. So that's because that's if it has changed, or the default. And then the status message, you would say uploading, please wait. So they see we use the fetch API, and then we use the method post on body form data, and then we get the results. If the result, the response says it's okay, then the status message will be success from the server message. If it's something else wrong, it will say error, and then we give us a result message and say upload failed. Then we have a catch all. So the catch will say network error or something else, just in case. So that's it. Oh, and obviously we'll save it as a image/jpeg 0.9. So that's when we do the conversion. So that's it. Now let's take a look at the PHP file. Don't worry, the PHP file is not that hard. It's very similar to the picture when we save the pictures. So we have an upload folder. Make sure you create this folder. So I said I tried to make this as simple as possible. So make the folder first. As you can see here, it's empty. That's fine. And then you see it's the same as before. If files, video. Remember in our key pair we created video, and then we also have another one called poster. That's for the obviously for the image. And then if they're not set, we just return 400 bad requests, and we echo JSON. We say message missing video or poster file. That's it. And we exit. You always have to exit, otherwise it will continue running after. We don't want that. So then we know they do exist. So the video file we put in a variable. The photo or the poster image also be put in a file. I mean a variable. And then we create some unique. You see, we create a unique find name. PHP has a built-in function called unique. We use it, and we see we do some fancy things with it. We have the unique ID, and then we append the name of the file itself using base name. And then after that, we do the same for the poster image. And then for the video path, obviously it's going to be from the upload folder, and or upload dir, and so the same thing. And then if moved, I mean if it has moved. This will tell us this is a fast way of copying something from the temporary area to your final destination. So and see, we move the video image, and we also move the poster image as well. And here's the database stuff. So remember I told you I'm going to use PHP data objects. So you see here PDO and the MySQL. So here the host is local name. You could use variables like I did last time, but I said I wanted to make this simpler. The database name is dname equals the database you guys saw. And then we have the username and the password. So nice and simple there. And then because we're going to use prepared statements, So that's why you see so what we'll do is we'll get the width, height, and user ID. Here I'm just hard coding it to 1 because there's no input box or anything like that, but just in this example. And then the statement, we do dp prepare. Okay, so where am I here? Oh yeah, so the prepare statement, insert into video underscore uploads. That's the table, database table you guys saw, user ID, file name, file path, poster path, and width and height. And you see the values we set it to question marks. So those are placeholders. And then when we execute, then we use an array and pass in those values which have been sanitized. The user ID, video name, etc., etc. Now the user ID is hard coded, so that one is that one can be trusted. The file names, we know they are videos, so those should be fine as well. Same with the poster path. Now there's clearly some problems with this code in that somebody could probably still do two things. They could probably hijack it and do some nefarious things. But this is not a problem. If you want more secure options, I've done that before. I've actually used GNU PG. So let me know. I can help you guys with that. Maybe even do a tutorial. It's more complex tutorial, but I can do that if you guys want. So what I'm saying is there's also SQL injection. There are ways you can escape this as well, but I'm not going to teach you guys. But this is pretty good. You can hard code it a little bit more. For example, what you could do is you could check up the database and make sure it matches the type, meaning integers, floats, boolean. Is there another one? And blobs too. Yeah. So then we respond with HTTP response 201 that's been created, and we echo the JSON, which is the message is video uploaded and metadata saved successfully. Then we give it an ID, which will be the last insert ID. You'll see this when we finish. Else, if there's a problem, you say failed to upload files, check folder permissions. So that's it. Now let's actually get this started, and I'll show you how this works. So video. So remember this guy here, video upload HTML. So I'm going to go back here and put http :// You can use localhost, but I'm going to use I'm going to set the localhost here and slash. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So give me one slash. There we go. So that's the default. Now clicking the upload button doesn't make any sense because you see it says right here. See, there's a that's a confirm. There's no upload, so it's not going to continue. Now you don't rely on JavaScript. Obviously, there's very easy ways to bypass that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a video and I'll show you that to you guys here. The same video we used in the tutorial number 1. I think it's in my videos folder. Yeah, videos. This one here. Oops. I was working on AI stuff. That was a pain in the butt for tomorrow's video. Okay, here we go. So it's learning JavaScript from 2024. So just go and drag. You see what happens when I go over here? That's the enter, the drag enter. You see that? It changes. So I put it here. And one of the problems with, I said the code, I didn't have time to fix it last night, was that it's still, maybe we'll do that tonight. It should be a little bit small, but that's fine. This does work. I said this does work. There we go. So you can resize it to whatever you want. I'm not going to resize it. I think this video is 1920 by 1080. Actually, let me go double check it. Let's see what size this video is. Yeah, it's 1080p, 1920 by 1080, and it's actually an AV1. So go back here. You can resize it if you want, but I'm going to leave it as the original size. And then you see I can scrub through it. You see this? Yeah, there we go. So let's say I want this part to be my my placeholder image. So then I just click it. So I click, capture image. You see there's no indication that it's captured. That's why I was saying, like, there's a few things that can be improved. For example, when you click capture image, the preview should be actually be there, and also it should indicate that you have clicked it, right? Same, they haven't picked any resize, so that's fine. So I'm gonna, so I like this, and then what I do is just click upload files. So you see success, server message, video uploaded, and metadata saved successfully. So let's check the database here, since we're in the web browser. So here what I do is I just click on this table here, and you can see it's saved successfully. As you can see, the name was learning JavaScript, and you see it prepended the unique ID, and see the file path is video / the name, and the poster URL is also saved inside the poster. So there should be 2 files now. We'll check them in a second. You see the width is 1920, height is 1080, and the upload time was that. So let's go check it out. And we go to video upload. You see right here, it saved the video, and it saved the what's this one called, the placeholder image. So you see the placeholder image is big. So in case you're wondering what this is the web ID for the course. So if you guys want to learn JavaScript, that's the web ID you get. So basically there are a lot of examples, so it give you an option to type it into the ID here, and then all you do is just click compile, and then you can always clear up this and here as well, and then you can type other things. So I did do a lot of lessons last year on the web IDE for learning JavaScript, learning PHP, and learning Python. So the courses are still there on jumboshop.com if you're interested. What is this? Make sure I don't close the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. In case you're on people on the vertical stream can see it as well. So this is what I was referring to. So now we're going to upload the same video, but I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, and just to show you that it does. Actually, you know what? Let me delete this. No, you know what? I'll leave it there because it'll be nice for tonight's lesson. Okay, so next, actually I should actually use a different video. Let me see if I can grab another video. I don't think I prepared another video. You know what? Give me a second here. Let me see if I can find another video. Because I don't want everything to be the same. So I think it's in the data. Go to data. We go to. That shouldn't be like that. So go to movies, films, screencasts, promos edited, JavaScript. Oh yeah, there's Python. Okay, this is a little bit different, but okay. So you see I have other videos here. So let's go try some of those. So there's Ojambo services. Okay, so let's try. This looks like they're really old, so I don't want to use those ones. Yeah, those ones look really old. What's this on Java? We did JavaScript. Oh, PHP. Let's do PHP. Okay, so here we go. So what I'm going to do here is this time. You know what? I'll open it like this. So click here, and we go to videos. Not videos. It was data. Movies, films, screencasts. I think it's the first one. Yeah, and then PHP. Here's PHP. Okay. Oh, that's weird. I guess I must have edited in a weird way. So let me see if I can scrub it. There should be something. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, it's because it's because of that. Okay, so here's the PHP one, and I'm gonna actually resize it to, what should I resize it to? Actually, let me see what size it is first. So PHP itself is, it's also 1920 by 1080p. So I'm gonna resize it. So let's resize it to this one here, HD. Capture image and hit upload, Okay, so that's another thing I think. Yeah, we should say it's also been uploaded. So that's something. There are a few things we can do like better. So let's go here in our. Yeah, you see, PHP has also been uploaded. See PHP here. Let's check out its size. Did it actually work? What size is it? No, it's still 1920 by 1080p. Okay, so that didn't work. That the resizing part did not work. So there's no indication. Maybe there's an error message, but you can see the poster image did come out. Why did it not resize? Let me see if there's an error message. It did say it's resize set to this. Maybe resize is just for the preview part. But yeah, so it does work, as you can see. So that's basically the tutorial I wanted to show you guys today. I wanted to show you that you can do some really fancy things with very simple obviously, well, it's not quite that simple, but with some APIs you're able to do some things which you probably didn't know you could. Obviously, instead of having the same boring upload, you can make things really fancy, and that it's all up to you how fancy you want to make it. Alright, so I don't want to spend too much time here and bore you guys to death, so I said I'll continue this hopefully tonight. If not, definitely tomorrow night, but I'll try for tonight. So I can minimize this. So all the code is here, as you can see, and if you want the code for the previous tutorial, it's also I don't know if I linked it here, but you just go to jambo.com. It was literally just yesterday. It's the same one, just yesterday, so it should be there, easy to find. Just look at yesterday's tutorial. That's it. I didn't do a night stream, so it's even easier to check it out. So what's lacking is obviously a delete and a replace, but I said I'll probably do that tonight, but it's pretty easy to. You can look at the tutorial I did last week, especially the night one where I added that feature. You can add that feature yourself. Alright, so if you want to keep learning PHP and backends, ready to take your PHP or backend development skills to the next level, you can check out my book. It's called Learning PHP. It's available on Amazon. The link is also in the description. I also have a comprehensive online course. It's called Learning PHP. It's available on jamboshop.com. The link is also in the description. As you can see, this is, I already gave you an example of what it actually looks like. You can see you get the web ID as well, like that. And it's similar to the other one. You type the stuff in, git compile. If there's any errors, it will show you there. You can clear, just go on. If you need personalized guidance on coding, including PHP, or require help with updating or migrating existing frameworks, I'm available for one-on-one programming tutorials. Feel free to reach out or schedule a session at ojambo.com. And a quick reminder, I do a live stream every day at 2 p.m. Eastern. You visit ojambo.com, you go to Watch Many Live Summit, you can see topics for this and upcoming tutorials. I also want to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. As I said before, it's been one of my highest subscriber counts in all the platforms. I'm very happy with that. Thank you. It helps the channel grow and also helps other people find content just like this. And I said this past 2 tutorials were requested by one of you viewers. Okay, and also I do have 2 other recommended resources. So as you guys know, I live in I thought it was a warm, sorry. I live in a rural area. Yeah, and this internet service and cellular service are pretty much non-existent here. So I do use SpaceX Starlink, and it's worked extremely well for me. I'm actually doing live streaming right now. Right now I'm streaming on Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, and YouTube. So that's 4 of them, and obviously I'm also checking the live chat on all of them, and it's been very Starlink has not let me down. And also so I also use it for my phone, meaning that I use Wi-Fi calling, so I'm able to call and receive text messages, MMS, and obviously voice calls, send and receive without paying any roaming fees. Instead of relying on the spotty cellular service. So all that, I do have a referral link. It's on every article so far. Every article. Basically, I have this little recommended resources. You see, it's this one down here. It's my residential Starlink residential service referral link, meaning that if you're thinking of getting SpaceX Starlink, if you use my referral link, I'll get 1 month free, and you will get what do you call it? You will get a discount. The discount and its duration will depend on your geographical location, but you do get a discount. So go ahead and if you think you get it, and use my referral link. And then the other one is, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't think it'll be a live stream. I think I'll put up a video, and I'm actually holding it. Let me see if I show that here. Yeah, there we go. So this little guy here, this is the Honeywell HeatBud personal ceramic heater, and it's I've been using it to save on propane for heating, and it's been fantastic. Especially even in the dead of winter, I still used it. So that allows me to keep the house temperatures around 16 degrees. And in this room where I am, if I need a little extra help, this little guy has been fantastic. I used it all of last winter. So this is a 1-year review. I said I'll write up an article soon and put it up there, so you'll be able to read it and see how it's been working for me. All right, and finally, I do have my novelette. It's called The Algorithmic Serpent. It's by me, Edward Ojambo. It's available on Amazon. You can see there, it's about a scientist who creates an AI system, and he loses his mind. So not only does he have to regain control of his mind, but he also has to regain control of the AI system. And you can see here, this is the back. There we go. So there's also an ebook version, and the ebook version is free if you have Kindle Unlimited. So I made this as affordable as possible, both the paperback version and the ebook version. So I want you guys to get it and give me an honest review. Do you like it? What I did wrong? What I could improve? I like writing, and this is I do want to make, for example, maybe a full novel later on, but just let me know what you think, good or bad. I said I want to improve. And also, if you want to know more about me, each article as well, if I wrote the article, sometimes I had a guest writer. Most of the articles obviously by me, about 99% of them. And you can see a little Bob here, what I do. I'm a freelance programmer, and I have a direct link to my bookshop on Amazon, and I also have the Ojambo services if you want that, or you can go to my courses at ojamboshop.com. Okay, with that said, I'm going to check the live chat. I'm going to start with Odyssey. I'm going to refresh the page and see. No, there's no live chat there. Next is Rumble. Looks like there are people viewing. I'm going to check to see. Okay, there's no live chat in Rumble. Okay, and finally BitChute. Let's see. Yeah, there's no live chat in there. And YouTube, obviously, right now there's no live chat. Okay, so I'm going to end this right now, and I'll see you guys tonight. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. So tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And obviously tomorrow at so I haven't actually written the article for tomorrow yet, but it's going to be something to do with AI, so be sure to join me for that. That said, I'll leave you guys now. Good day, good night.